And my son reminded me that my natural default needs to be experience the moment. And so I'm super thankful for him sharing that with me, because it was one of those little quick resets. And I think it was so cool that it happened on the back end of, what we celebrate here in the U.S., Thanksgiving holiday, which is really for us about spending time with family and friends, eating good food, telling stories, making memories. You know what I'm saying? And it's really about the experience. And
welcome to Impact and Fulfillment with Coach Mike D, where you'll gain practical wisdom and dynamic insight from amazing conversations to live your best life.
what's going on, y'all? This is Coach Mike D with another episode of Impact and Fulfillment. Hope y'all are having an amazing day. If you are from the U.S., I pray that, this past week, Thanksgiving, you had a good time with your family and friends. You ate a lot of good food, had some good laughs, and made some amazing memories. I hope that was the case. And if you're not in the U.S., I just pray you had a good time as well. I hope you got a chance to spend some time with family and friends and just be grateful for the moment. But one of the things that I'd like to share today on this particular episode is a lesson that I learned from my son. We got back in town, so we tend to go and travel and spend time with family and friends around the holidays. And, we got back in town, after this Thanksgiving holiday. And my wife looked outside and saw all these leaves in the yard. And so she was just like, hey, Maxwell, that's my little boy, can you go out there and start cleaning some of the leaves up, in the yard? And so Maxwell, he found this as an adventure. So he was looking forward to going outside and using the blower to blow off the yard, right? So he went outside and was blowing off the yard and raking and all of that. And it was a pretty big job. So I went out to help him, And what was interesting, when we were towards the front of our yard, we got under a tree. And there was this leaf on a tree that had two skeletons of cicadas. So cicadas are like these little insects that shed their exoskeleton, I guess. They shed their exoskeleton, I guess, to go, and I don't know the whole process. I just know at times you see the shell of these cicadas, all over the place when they've shed their skin or shed their shell or whatever. And Maxwell looked up and saw this leaf that had actually two cicada skins on the actual same leaf. He was just like, man, this is cool. There's two of them on this leaf. And so I was like, cool, man. Go take a picture of it. I told him to go get his little iPod Touch or whatever the little thing is he has and go get a picture of it. He was just like, I want to show mommy and sissy. So he wanted to go inside and show my wife and my little girl this, this unique one leaf with multiple multiple cicada skins on it. And so he went inside and showed it to him, and he said he scared my daughter, his sister, and then my mom, heard her scream, so she didn't get scared when he brought it in. But anyway, that's a sidebar. But long story short, he came back outside and he was still talking about this unique thing of having two cicada skins on, or two cicada shells on one leaf. And so after he came back outside, I was like, hey man, you want to take a picture of it so you can, you can save the memory? He said, nah, it's just a family experience. I paused for a second and I thought to myself, and he didn't realize what he said to me. He made me stop and realize the importance of just having family experiences. Because we have our phones with us at all times, and we have the means to capture video and capture audio and capture pictures, we spend so much time trying to document the moment that we don't ultimately spend the time experiencing the moment. And my little 10-year-old son, Maxwell, made me stop and realize that I need to stop and experience the moment. Because my default was, hey man, go take a picture of it. But you know, the funny thing about pictures, and it's good to document things, and I think in the future it's going to be awesome to be able to look back and hear your kids' voices when they were 2, 3, 4 and have different things documented. But the reality is we take everything, you know, in picture or video form. And how often do we really go back and listen or look at all of these things? It's like we literally default into taking pictures. And my son reminded me that my natural default needs to be experience the moment. And so I'm super thankful for him sharing that with me, because it was one of those little quick resets. And I think it was so cool that it happened on the back end of, you know, what we celebrate here in the U.S., Thanksgiving holiday, which is really for us about spending time with family and friends, eating good food, telling stories, making memories. You know what I'm saying? And it's really about the experience. And in the quick moment of seeing this unique cicada shell, skin, whatever you want to call it, on a leaf, or these two on one leaf, I got away from experiencing the moment with my son and having the memory of, you know, that him coming out and telling the story of scaring his sister with it. And I was focused on documenting it. And so I just said that to you all, because let's be mindful of really experiencing the moments. Let's be mindful of making the most of the time that we have available, and not being so hyper-focused on just trying to document or record the moment. Because feeling it, experiencing it, tasting it, smelling it is totally different from looking back on it later. And truth be told, most of us won't even look back on it later. It's just a default setting that we have in our own brain to capture the moment, record it, and but not experience it. So my challenge to you, focus on experiencing the moment. Focus on being in the moment. Documentation is cool, but documenting it will never take the place of experiencing it. All right. Well, hey, I hope this message resonates with you, and I hope you spend a little bit more time really just experiencing the moments, because these moments are all we have, and they're extremely important. And they're extremely important. So as always, make sure to visit CoachMikeD.com. Follow Coach Mike D on social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and then the Coach Mike D on TikTok. And until next time, y'all make sure to grab a copy of my book, The 33 Laws of Impact and Fulfillment. Great stocking stuffer for that emerging leader, that college student, that high school student who's kind of getting into that era where they got to make some decisions about life. That professional who's a middle manager. Shoot, if you're an executive leader, I think you can gather some insight from the book, The 33 Laws of Impact and Fulfillment, available on Amazon and Audible. Make sure to grab a copy, leave some reviews, and as always, y'all be blessed, well, and wise, and I'll holler at you. Peace.
I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow Coach Mike D everywhere on social media. Y'all be blessed, well, and wise.